welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Walton Street in Hull for Hull Fair 2025. This is my second visit this year. We have been away out of the country and only just got back into the UK this morning on the ferry, so I've taken this first opportunity to come back to Hull Fair on Wednesday evening and do the food. This is my favourite, I think, of all the Hull Fair vlogs that I do. Take a full walk all the way down, walk from one end of Walton Street to the other end of Walton Street and just take in all the food options available. So let's go take a look at the food of Hull Fair 2025. So as I said, I have started at this end of Walton Street. That is the very end of Hull Fair. These are the crowd barriers, safety barriers, and we're going to take the full walk all the way down to Anlaby Road end and just take in all the food options and see like rough prices, see if there's anything brand new from last year, see all the returning things, and just take a good long walk all the way down and catch everything for your tummy. We're not going to walk into the fair itself with all the rides on this vlog. This will be just for food. This is a tummy vlog. This is to fill your belly with all the delicious food. So let's start at this very end. So the very first thing you do see is pork scratchings. There's all different flavoured pork scratchings. Salt and pepper, cracked black pepper, barbecue, salted, chili, pepper, and they do have samples on the top for you to try, and they are £4.50 each or 3 for £12. I'm not going to stop at every single stall. You will see it as we're going past. I will point the camera at everything just so you can see it, but I'm not going to go to every single stall and check every single price at every single one, just because we'd be here all night. So there is a crumble and custard that I can't actually remember seeing last year, crumble and custard stall. And they are £6 for a classic apple custard, crumble and custard £5, apple and berries £6, and then you choose a topping as well. You get a Dubai style strawberries, fresh strawberries drenched with Belgian melted chocolate pistachio sauce topped with naffy sprinkles, whatever that is. This Dubai craze, is it just anything that's got pistachio? If it's got pistachio involved, does it become Dubai style? I don't know. But there's also chipsticks. All different flavoured chipsticks, which is like the spiraled potatoes, and they are £5, so they are a little bit cheaper. There is another one that was quite popular a little bit further into the fair. It might still be there actually this year, and I think that was a little bit more expensive. So there is also pizza and churros. So we've got, this is like a little food court just at the beginning of Walton Street. I am going to show you everything that's in here, and then I'll just pop across the road because there's the really important donuts stall across there, which is the very famous. And at this time of day there is no queue, but when it comes to 7 o'clock onwards there's usually a huge queue for the donuts, and I'll tell you why in a sec when we get over there. So there is also Greek street food in this little food court. Foot-long butcher's sausage, if you're in the market for a foot-long butcher's sausage. And they do look nice. Special burger £9, foot-long butcher sausage baguette £7. So I think the prices have gone up a little bit since last year. The foot-long fries, which were here 2 years ago I think, I did try them with chocolate sauce, and I do not recommend. The fries themselves were okay. They're not brilliant fries. They do taste a little bit oily and they are a little bit over crispy on the outside. But the fact that I had them with chocolate sauce doesn't help. So if you're going to get them, don't get them with chocolate sauce because it just wasn't very nice. There's a doner stall there. Crepes. Looking at about £6 for crepes. Oreo ones, Biscoff, Kinder, and then a noodle bar. Can you come to Hull Fair and not go on any rides? Can you come to fair and just eat? I think a lot of people do. If I'm talking to a lot of other people, a lot of people do say, especially locals, who are obviously not making a huge trip to come here, a lot of locals come and just have food. And it is one thing that I've done for years now, just come and had food. The last 3 years, this is the 3rd year in a row now where I videoed it, We only started making videos just a couple of years ago. But ever since we did, I have been vlogging this little sort of food tour of Walton Street every year for Hull Fair. This is the famous donuts. Used to be £5 for £1. I think last year or the year before they put it up to £1.50, and now it is £4 for £1.50. But it's still cash only, but it is still an absolute bargain. If you're going to get donuts, you don't get any cheaper than that, and that's why there's usually a really big queue at this little donut stand. And then there is some sweets down there. There's a slush factory, hot dogs. Hot dogs are £1.50 as well, but they are just the basic style hot dogs, the little ye old hot dogs in a tin, in a bun, for £1.50. Melted chocolate dessert tubs. So this is all just at the very beginning of Walton Street at Springbank West End. Hello. So then we're on Walton Street and we're just going to walk the whole length. I don't know if you can see the end of it from here, but this is just full of food joints all the way down. So let's take it in. Does it make you hungry? Chopsticks, salt and pepper chicken fries, £9. What the duck fries, £9. That's chopsticks. There's a little diner. There's load and load of burger stalls and hot dog stalls. But that is £5 for a £1/4 burger. I do usually get a burger at Hull Fair, but it is usually a little bit further down, and I'll show you when we get to it. I did mention it on another vlog, the Hull special, which is chili onions. A chili onion beef burger. There's the famous brandy snaps. What are they now? 3 bags for £10. Traditional brandy snaps. I do like to get those usually and just leave them open in the kitchen for a while until they go chewy. Dipping donuts. I can't remember seeing that one before. You get mini donuts, mini sugar donuts, 10 for £7, or 25 for 14, or 50 for £20. 50 mini donuts for £20.
Not yet.
Do you think you could handle 50 mini donuts? So there's delicious cookies and cakes by Carly's Candy Creations. And look at it, huge mallow sticks for £4 each. Crunchy bar, waffle. A chocolate waffle with a crunchy bar stuck on top of it for £4. And there's cookies and tray bakes, Malteser, Rocky Road, all for around £3.50. And there is some German sausage. What are they? For bratwurst, £7 for the bratwurst. Cheesy cracker, £7. And that's those. Looking nice, smelling even better. I tell you, if you can come to Hull Fair and walk the length of Walton Street and smell all these smells and not be tempted to buy anything, you're a stronger person than I could ever be. And more churros. So that's the second churro stand that we've seen so far, and we've only just got into Walton Street. Another crumble as well. So I'm assuming desserts are on the up, because we've seen a fair few dessert stalls already, and there isn't usually that many. It's usually mostly burgers, hot dogs, things like that. It's nice to see that we're seeing some slightly different offerings. £6 for one of the crumbles there. And this is the burgers and hot dogs again. They do smell so good though. Noodle Hut. I will just say as well, I am here on my own. We did set off with Albie and Kerry, but Albie was almost falling asleep. As I said at the beginning of this video, we only got back from the Netherlands this morning. We got off the ferry 8 o'clock this morning. So Albie's still not too well. He was a little bit poorly while we was away, and he's not had the best sleep, so he was sort of falling asleep within 2 minutes of being in the car, so we thought we best not bring him. He's gone home to chill out, and I've just said I'll come out on my own and do this, but I don't mind. I get to see all the food and smell all the food. So there's a gyros there as well, Greek gyros, £10 for chicken, £14 for mixed. The noodles, £9. This is what we was going to get Albie. That's what he was saying he was going to get. So if Albie was with us today, we would be getting the noodles. You can get them for £6 on their own, or £7 with a sauce, or £9 with a filling. So you can get sweet and sour chicken, chicken in black bean sauce, or chicken curry. But the noodles do look really good. And I do really like them noodles. So does Albie, to be honest, as well. Yummies. But again, that's just burgers. Chips. Chips are $3.50 on their own. Chips and curry is £5. Halloumi wraps, Wrap Shack. You can get kebab. Nando's chicken wrap. It's a Nando's chicken wrap. Is that just chicken with a bit of Nando's sauce that they put on it? I assume so. All the nice sweets. Look, the tough chocolate apples, chocolate fountain there. Huge buns there with some Biscoff. Says cash taken, but card taken, but cash preferred. And you can get sticky cup of strawberries with chocolate for £5. Is this more crumbles? Is that crumble? Yeah, they are. So you can get raspberry crumble, Dubai crumble, £6, Biscoff crumble, £5. That's the third crumble stall we've seen already. And then the brandy snaps, one bag £2. That's not actually bad. I'm not sure how many brandy snaps you get in there, but one bag for £2 isn't bad. There is licorice stall, the sweets of yesteryear there. So how many cables do you get here? What's this? £2 each, or 3 for £5 on the cables. And then all the different sweets. Again, brandy snaps here, but these are $3.50 a bag. You might get more in the bag. And then all different pre-packed packs of sweets. So I think what I'm taking from it so far for new things this year is crumble. It's all about the crumble at Hull Fair 2025. The gourmet burger £5 each. And you can get nachos as well at this one. How much are the nachos? Loaded fries $6.50. Chunky chips £4. Cheesy chips £5. There's no nachos up there, but there's nachos in the warmer there. And then a little coffee shop. That little coffee stall's always there every year. There's a grill house with more burgers, hot dogs, hot roast pork with applesauce and stuffing for £8, and gravy. So it's like a Sunday dinner for £8, and Chinese noodles as well. I think what I've said before, and what I usually find, is the further down in the opposite direction to where we started you go, the cheaper the food seems to get. The cheaper stalls tend to be at that side, with the exception of the donuts at that side. There's another sweets of yesteryear stall there as well. Cinder toffee, more sweets. $3.50 for brandy snaps. I think that tends to be the general price. I think most of the brandy snaps, those similar bags, I think they all do the same for $3.50. Maybe the ones that we saw for £2 have probably got one less in or two less in, and they might not be the same quality, but I like to, as I said, like to get them to go stale anyway. I like them to go chewy and off. I just prefer them that way. And there's another Greek food stall there. Greek food stall. Another noodles. Chicken noodles, £10. See, to me that does seem quite expensive. Chicken noodles for £10. $3.50 brandy snaps. £2 each, or 3 for £5 on the cables. That was the same as the last one. Loaded donuts. As we go down here now, this is just residential on the right. There is a few more food stalls a little bit further down, but it's mostly on the left now, just because there's houses on the other side. So it's the famous Wright & Co.'s brandy snaps that you're seeing everywhere. Toffee apples, this is usually the stall as well where you can buy coconuts. There's coconuts on the far left over there. And on the right, you can buy a coconut for £1.50. I don't think I've ever in my life seen anybody just pick up a coconut and eat a coconut. This is the other potato twister that I was talking about. So this one is £4, so I think it's cheaper than last year. I'm sure that was £6 last year for the potato twister.
Get your lights, get your toys, get your chipples.
There's all different flavours, literally loads of flavours up there. 16 different flavours of the powder to put on your twisted potato. And there is a bit of a queue there as well. It's carvery sandwich. Candy floss for £1, so that's a bargain. There's not many bargains that you can get on Hull Fair, but that I think is one of them. Candy floss for, it says £1, and it's covered with all the bags of candy floss, but the bags of candy floss aren't £1. It's candy floss on a stick for £1. I think if you get it in a bag, it's either £2 or £3, he just said. That's what you get for £1 on a stick. So it is a little bit misleading when you see that and it's attached to the bags and it looks like it's £1, but you do get it on a stick for £1. So that's not too bad. Too much candy floss is probably a bad thing anyway. It is just sugar. There's fish and chips. So for the first time that I can ever remember, you can actually get fish and chips at the fair. There is chippies here, there is a Bob Carver's a little bit further down, but they specialise in patties and peas, and you can't get fish at that one. With this one you do get haddock and chips for £10, and then you get mushy peas or gravy for free. But you do have to pay £1 for the sauce if you want mayo, ketchup. But £10 for haddock and chips at Hull Fair. So it does get really, really busy down this bit at this time because it is tea time. There is a few food stalls inside the fair as well. There's another noodle bar there, but there's a few food stalls inside, but they are pretty much duplicates of what's out here on Walton Street. I'm not going to venture into the fair just to find the odd 5 or 6 different food stalls that are in there, just because they are pretty much the same. If there's anything new or anything exciting food-wise, it is usually on Walton Street here, so this is where I will focus this video today. The Yorkshire pudding wrap. For £10 you can get beef, pork or chicken with vegetables and gravy and stuffing, potatoes, all in a wrap for £10. Who needs a Toby Carvery? More coconuts. And the candy floss in a bag there is £2. So that guy might have said £2. You can also get a pomegranate. So if you want to munch on a pomegranate or you want to munch on a coconut while you're walking around the fair. My top tip for food at Hull Fair regularly is Bob Carver's. Always get a Bob Carver's at Hull Fair every year without fail, but I haven't this year yet. Because I'm on my own, I'm not going to really be able to get food and film me eat, like trying it and things. If I do get anything, I will put the camera down, I'll tell you what I'm going to get, I'll show you it, and then I'll eat it, and then I'll give you my thoughts on it afterwards. But I'm just going to do the full walk first. That's what I would always recommend, doing the full walk, seeing what you fancy, then going back to what you liked the look of, or the price of, or the smell of, indeed. But Bob Carver's chips, patty and peas, well worth it. For patty, peas and chips at Bob Carver's it's £7, and I think that is probably the best £7 you can spend on food at Hull Fair yearly, without fail. I don't know, it's just maybe tradition, makes it taste better, but I always get a Bobby C's for Hull Fair. There's more burgers there, and chip butters and curries. More churros. So churros and crumbles are the big thing this year, apparently. £1.50 for the cables there, or 4 for £5, so that's slightly cheaper. And then the gourmet grill house. You can get chips for £4, chip butty for £5, curly fries for £5. There's hot dogs, burgers again. For burgers, I'll show you where I would get a burger that I was talking about earlier with the Hull special chili onions. Giant hot dogs for £4. Wonder how giant they are. Are they 6 foot tall? Probably not. But that's the Smokehouse Barbecue. Pulled pork beef brisket. More noodles. Crispy salt and pepper chicken noodles for £10. And what's this burger stall here? There's more cinder toffee and sweets and brandy snaps there. And another sweets of yesteryear. I mean, they're probably sweets of this year as well, and not just yesteryear. I mean, fudge, cinder toffee, bonbons, giant strawberries, all £2.50 a bag. And then hot dogs and hamburgers are £3 at that Love Food, just opposite Richmond's Laser Blazer Walton. Madame Waffle, which I can't remember seeing before. There's a stack of waffles that look. They're £7. You can get it with milk chocolate, white chocolate, toffee sauce, golden syrup, maple syrup, apple filling, cherry filling, or Dubai strawberry sundae for £7. I think people are just chucking the word Dubai in front of things now that are edible and hoping people fall for it. I don't know. Food court hot dogs and burgers. And then Food Emporium hot dogs and burgers. Cheesy nachos are £5 at that one. Snow cones, £3 for a small snow cone. It's just like shaved ice with a syrup drizzled over it that flavours the ice. Brandy snap, candy floss, donuts. 4 sugar donuts, £5. See what I mean? It's 4 for £5 at this one. You get them at the beginning of the fair where we started, at the very bottom down there, for £1.50. Granted, they are probably smaller. More sweets, more cables, call them pencils, the little ones. You get 6 for £1 on the little ones, or £1.50 each, or 4 for £5 on the big ones. And bags of sweets. Are you hungry yet? Pop in the comments what you've seen that you would buy immediately if you was here. Let me know what you fancy. Anything in particular? Toffee and fudge. All different flavoured fudges. Look, banana fudge, mint fudge, coconut ice, cherry fudge. Again, chocolate banana fudge, strawberry cheesecake, bubblegum, Jack Daniel's fudge if you're not driving. Woo! Bailey's fudge. There's a young Stephen Mulhern there, and Tyson Fury. We saw him a few weeks ago at Alton Towers. He nearly bumped into me in the gift shop for Case at Alton Manor. More sweeties and more hot dogs, burgers and chips. So again, for this one you're looking at £5 for a quarter pounder, £5.50 for a quarter pounder cheeseburger. We are well over halfway now. As I say, I'll walk to the very end just so we can see the whole length of Walton Street and everything that is on offer. Them buns are massive. Them ones have got Quality Street on, but the Quality Streets are still in the wrappers. And Heroes. Again, more cables. 6 for £5. It's not a bad price, 6 for £5. See what I mean? I think the further down this end of the fair you get, the better deals you get on the food. It seems that way anyway. And just more brandy snaps. Yorkshire pudding wraps. How much are they here? £10. You can get a roast pork and stuffing sandwich for £6. Another crumble pot. Apple or summer fruits with or without cinnamon, with or without marshmallows, and choose from custard or squirty cream for £5. Hot dogs £3. Come dine with us. What's that?
Fresh sugar donuts, 4 for £4. Get your brandy stouts, 3.50 a bag, 3 for a tenner.
There you go, he's telling us what it is. He does crumble as well, crumble and custard. It's crazy how popular crumble seems to be this year. Starts getting a little bit busier at this end as well, because this is where the main bus drop-off is. The bus station drops off. Well, you can get a bus direct from the bus station to the end of Walton Street at this end, so this is where a huge majority of people enter the fair via public transport anyway. And then hot dog and hamburger. I think that's misleading. You don't get a hot dog and a hamburger for £3. You get one or the other. But £3. I think I'd argue that. I'd say you're telling me I'm getting a hot dog and a hamburger for £3. But I'm just greedy. Loads more sweets of yesteryear, as they call it. They're £2.50 a bag. Very uniformed price, I think, for those bags of sweets. Again with the fudge as well, £3.50 for a bag, I think. Obviously the fudge gets weighed, so it's £3.80 per 100 grams, so depending on how much you get, but I bet 100 gram wouldn't get you that many pieces of fudge, because fudge is quite dense and quite heavy. Another donut stand with pretzels as well in that one. Donuts, cables, loaded nachos and loaded hot dogs with a Z. Hot dogs. I did have some really nice nachos yesterday. I would probably get nachos today if I didn't have those awesome nachos on the P&O Ferry yesterday. The P&O Ferry nachos that I had last night were the best nachos I've ever had. The salsa was just amazing. I loved it. There's Korean corn dogs up there. Smoky Joe's Grill. Have a look at that in a sec, but I just want to show you this. I forgot the Hull Special. This is the £3 quarter pounder beef burgers and jumbo hot dogs, and this is usually the one that does the Hull Special, but I can't see it. I don't. Oh yeah, Hull Special cheeseburger with chili onions. There you go. £3 for the cheeseburger with chili onions. £3 well spent, if you ask me. Really, really nice. And it's a Hull Special. I don't know if to say it's a Hopping Special when they're at Hoppings, and it's a Nottingham Special when they're at Goose Fair. But chili onions on a cheeseburger, £3. And look at that food. I do wish you could smell everything I'm smelling. The only way you can is if you come on down to Hull Fair. It's Wednesday today. Last night of the fair is Saturday, so there's still Thursday, Friday and Saturday to go. If you want to pop down to Hull Fair and get some food, I would suggest do so. Do it. More noodles. And these noodles, chicken noodles, £10, so they are quite uniformed again in price. There's been £10 for chicken and noodles all the way down the fair. Like a big row of giant Nutella jars. We are coming to the end now. Brandy snaps again, £3.50 for a bag. More churros. And a rock and roll diner. I don't know what's rock and roll about it. Jumbo hot dog, £4. A bottle of water is £2, and a can of pop is £2. That's where they get you on the drinks. Salt and pepper. I do love me salt and pepper, but that's the rub. That Chinese salt and chili pepper that's there, you can get that from Heron. I've got some at home in the cupboard, and I do put it on my chips quite a lot. They're really, really nice. Yeah. Oh. Salt and pepper chicken. That looks really, really good. And that katsu chicken burger is £9. The salt and pepper chicken wrap is £10, and salt and pepper chips £8. £12 if you want salt and pepper chicken with salt and pepper chips. That's what I would recommend. That might be what I will end up getting because I do love salt and pepper. So this is a new one, not this one. This is a noodle bar. So more noodles. These ones are £9, so these are slightly cheaper than the noodles a bit further down. £9 with chicken. But this one, this mac and cheese in a pot, that's new. That is definitely a new addition. I've not seen that one before. Freshly made mac and cheese with toppings in a pot or soft tortilla wrap. And you can get it with cheese sauce for £10, bacon and jalapenos for £12, garlic mushrooms for £12, buffalo chicken wrap for £12, pulled pork mac £12. You can get some parmesan garlic fries for £7 and peri peri fries for £7. And they do look really, really good. Fully loaded as well. Loads of topping on that. But that is that's quite a new, cool addition to the fair. We've just got a little bit further to go now, and then we have literally covered the whole of Walton Street. But that is a cool one. Mac and cheese. And then there's another Greek stall there. I'm tempted to try the mac and cheese, to be honest, just because it's new and I've never had it. So I might end up getting one of them. We'll see. Sugar Hut. Chicken wings. That was, I think, my top pick for Hull Fair food last year was this chicken wings. They did some absolutely amazing chicken on waffle fries, and the toppings were real nice. It was like real nice sauces, real nice fresh topping. This is what I got last year. So yeah, I'm not going to get it again this year, but if you want to check that out, it was on last year's food vlog video from Hull Fair 2024, and that was easily my best pick of the fair for food last year. I would get it again, but I do want to try something different this year. I don't want to just try the same thing as last year. Okay, we've got a bubble waffle. Bubble waffles were quite popular 10-15 years ago. Still going strong for about £7, £6 or £7, depending on what fillings you want. And then more burgers and hot dogs. Hot roasted chestnuts, a tradition at the fair for many, many years now. And then sugar and cinnamon glazed nuts as well. And another shaved ice. Shaved ice. Fudges and chocolate dip goodies. Loads more fudge. Cheeseburgers. £5.50 for a cheeseburger. At this end, which is surprising, it is usually a little bit cheaper. Or in previous years, that's what I found anyway. Crepes and donuts there. More Yorkshire pudding wraps. Are these £10? Is that the going price for them? Yorkshire pudding wrap, £10, yeah. I'd get tons of stuffing in mine if I could choose, because when I go to Toby Carvery and get all you can eat buffet, I always pile my plate with stuffing. I love me some stuffing. German sausage again. Another churros. Churro cone, £6. Churros box, £8. And then more sweets. You'd be lucky to go home with teeth if you had your lunch and dinner at Hull Fair for the duration of the fair. You're just eating all the fudge and rock and brandy snaps and waffles, donuts, sugar. Loaded nachos. Meatballs £5, pulled pork £5, sweet chilli £3.50, cheese sauce £4. That's not bad, but as I said, I can't go for nachos because I had nachos yesterday and I really loved them. So I'm not gonna ruin that memory of them nachos with some that might not quite be as nice. And that is it. We have reached the Anlaby Road end of Walton Street. That is it. So we've walked the full length of Walton Street and seen every food option. It's took 35 minutes to do the full walk. We haven't stopped for any food yet, but I'm going to walk back down now. If I do pick up anything, I will show you what I get and give you my thoughts on it, and I'll put you back up at the other end to end the video whether I do find food or not. Okay, so I did cave on the way past, going back past the mac and cheese hut. I caved and I went for mac and cheese pot with bacon and jalapenos, and that was £12. It's full of hot, fresh mac and cheese, very cheesy, stringy, and the bacon is real nice and fresh and hot, loads of jalapenos, so I'm going to give that a go from the old mac and cheese hut. So I'm going to eat that and I'll let you know what I thought, and that was £12 from the brand new store for this year, as far as I'm aware anyway, the mac and cheese hut. You know what, first things first, that macaroni and cheese with the bacon and the jalapenos was really nice. It was really filling, considering the bowl itself was quite a shallow bowl. There was a fair bit of macaroni and cheese in there, and the cheese was like real warm, real hot and gooey, very flavourful, really filling. The bacon was really nice, real thick chunks of proper meaty bacon, loads of jalapenos, and it just all went really well together. I love that. So glad I got that, and I'm so glad I chose that topping. So it's £12 is a little bit steep, considering the chicken that I got last year was only £10, and that was absolutely amazing. That was almost as good, but not quite, and £2 more, but it was really nice, and I really did enjoy it, and I am stuffed, it's filled me. Second thing, I couldn't help just have a walk around the fair. I know I said I'm going to come and just walk down Walton Street, but the atmosphere just pulls you in. I couldn't not walk around the fair. It's just getting dark now, everything's all lit up, the atmosphere is absolutely phenomenal at Hull Fair. I don't know why, this year it just seems a lot more sort of energetic, and there's a much better feeling of the fair this year than previous years. So I had a little walk around, but I didn't video it, I just did that for me. So I've come back now to the other end of the fair, and I'm going to end the food vlog. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please do comment down below with what you would eat if you come to the fair, or what have you eaten if you've been to the fair so far, or if you're planning to come in the next few days before it ends on Saturday. What food are you looking forward to the most, or what food did you enjoy the most if you've already had some? Let me know in the comments down below. I just want to give a big shout out to a subscriber that comments on all the videos, an awesome guy called Chris Pike. You probably will watch this, mate. Thank you so much for watching and all your support for all the videos that you've shown support on. Really do appreciate it, and I just wanted to say thank you on camera, and I finally got there, Chris. I've been saying I'm going to give a shout out to him for quite some time, and I just keep forgetting, so there it is, you've had your shout out, mate. I will do some more shout outs, but that'll be on the next video when I do the rides. I'm going to go through all the comments from the opening night video. If you've not seen that yet, please do go watch the opening night of Hull Fair video. I did say on that I want you guys to comment on the rides that you want me to do with the GoPro. I will take the GoPro on. The top 5 commented rides I will do, and I'll take you on with me. That'll be on my next visit to the fair. It might be tomorrow, it might be the next day, I'm not sure, but definitely before the fair ends on Saturday. So I hope you've enjoyed this food one. If you have, pop a like on it, click that subscribe button if you haven't already, and we will see you on the next video. Thank you for joining me from Hull Fair 2025. We've got the giant wheel behind me, if you can see it there. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next time. See you later, bye bye.